Hello, welcome back to the Marquette Public Library. Today, we are reading Of My Travels, Volume 4, by Zkaloms. This will be the last one in the series. I'm your host, Benalor. Let's get started. My journey continues. I again depart and set out for Sofia, the capital of the Bulgarian Empire. When I arrive, I see a beautiful wedding venue outside, next to a shrine of Gradod. There are some nice buildings, but what sticks out most is the large industrial, or semi-industrial farm. The large brick stone walls contain several rows of wheat grown on many levels of dirt floors. I imagine this must make tons of wheat for bread and other foods in this kingdom. A dog sits outside with a sign that says "Guard Dog of the Farm," an adorable companion for one of the citizens of this town. I continue on, this time to the town of Veria. Verina is a settlement by the Black Sea near the great city of Constantinople. It is a small, beautiful little town that has a deep slate road and a small medieval house/tower that stands across from a small bridge. It is a fun little town, but as I continue on, I decide to go to Romania first, before I visit the jewel of the Mughal Empire. When I arrive in Bucharest, I am shocked and in awe of the grandeurs of this city, the metropolis and the capital of Romania. It is a wonder to behold. Beautiful architectures begin on the outskirts of the town, where a small little farming village sits by the Danube River. The large, imposing stone walls of the city protects it from would-be invaders. Off in the distance is a large statue of what I must assume to be Gradod. As I make my way into the city, I am in awe once again to the size and scale of it. This is truly a city, a model city for anyone to behold and for anyone to build. It is built in a square with the walls of the city surrounding it and turrets on each of the four corners. Inside the city, the layout is clean square, but cut into 4 districts. The top left district hosts a large tower and a grand monument, which has an inscription that reads, "This monument for the Ludians who fought for their freedom." I was not able to ask the locals what this meant, but I hope to come back and ask them sometime. Regardless, the top right district has a large hotel, Britaneth, and some other buildings, and the bottom left district has a couple of houses and buildings in the leftmost corner. Features the strangest houses/buildings I have ever seen. Made from sponge, pumpkins, and stone bricks, this weird and wacky house is a sight to see. The bottom right district has some buildings and other houses. The city is perfectly laid out into these districts. It is a wonderful sight to see such a nicely designed city in the north. Outside the main city, but connected by the walls, sits the largest castle I have ever seen yet. It is an enormous fortress, the size of the main city, and towers over the city to protect the inhabitants in case of attack. The castle features a long stairway in the center to reach the upper floors. The upper floors consist of a weapons and armor room and a mead room hall or a dining hall. It is not completed yet, so many of the rooms are empty and vacant. Nevertheless, the outside has 2 large towers, one reaching even to the clouds. An impressive feat. The outskirts of town have buildings and such on both sides. The left one featuring a stable with many horses. As I depart, I am inspired and amazed at what the Kingdom of Romania has done here. Truly the great city of Danube. I leave now for Constantinople, the grand jewel of the East. I arrive in the grand city, the great crown of the East, the most magnificent and glorious Constantinople. I am greeted by the grandest gate I have ever seen. The flag of the Byzantines is put on both sides of the gate, and the center has a golden crown on top. I begin to walk through the gate and into the city. The first thing I notice is the castle to the left, an impressive castle made in the style of the Turkish Muslims, an Islamic dome protruding from one of its towers. Inside the castle is a courtyard which leads to the main keep. Inside is the throne room, with a magnificent throne made of gold, iron, and diamond. The walkway is a red carpet on quartz floor. There is a staircase leading up to the upper levels. A balcony sits overlooking the courtyard, from where the emperor must give his speeches. I leave this castle and move on to the rest of the city. Across the street from the castle is the jail of Constantinople. To the east is one of the many docks the city has to offer. A general store and an apartment complex continue as you head further east. Many other buildings lie on the sides of the main road, but most notably is the small aquarium in the north. In the far east, near the end of the western part of the city, stands a statue, a great monument of what I assume to be their leader. An inscription reads, "The third Constantinople statue of MCU." The statue is made of copper and presents a man with his arms outstretched, looking towards the west. I continue on. The east part of the city across the sea awaits. Or perhaps it doesn't. You see, there are signs that says it's off limits to foreigners, and that it is trespassing to go any further. I tried to go inside, but another sign said, and I quote, "What are you doing here, bloody Westerner? Rawr, West boo." I decided to head back over the bridge that I came from, back into the western part of the city. I'm in awe of everything I have just seen. The architecture of the city is beautiful and reminds me of the grandness and splendors of this empire. I practically like the castle and the Islamic dome, along with the balcony overlooking the courtyard. The great gate of Constantinople was a glory to behold as well. As I leave, I begin to ponder what other wonders there are in the east as I make my way towards Turkey, then to the land of Canaan. I set out for Jerusalem, the holy city. Time will tell what I will find there, what hidden treasures and splendor of the land awaits me. I set forth from the docks of Constantinople, and hopefully an abstract from what I have seen. End of book 4. Well, this has been one journey for us all. One travel of Zkaloms traveling. Thank you for joining the Marquette Public Library's audio series for the 4th volume and final volume of that is currently known of my travels. Hope to see you next time. Take care.